Just had twins 1 week ago, and we now in our household have 6 under 6 and have 7 kids altogether. I wanted to check in and answer. I've seen a lot of questions, speculation, if you will, and so I just wanted to kind of check in, answer some of the common questions I see, and talk about our first week with newborn twins and 4 other kids in the house. My kids and their ages. First of all, this is our first children pregnancy experience together. My 4 other kids were from a previous marriage. He has an older son also from a previous marriage, and then we got married over a year ago and decided to have one of our own. Of course, it turned into being 2 of our own. So it is my second set of twins, his second set too, because he's raising these kids as well. But my 2 oldest are not twins. I've seen a lot of people say, do you have 3 sets of twins? No. I get how it looks that way because they're pretty much the same height, but they're only 14 months apart. So they are kind of Irish twins. So it feels like I have 3 sets of twins in a way, but I don't. My other set of twins are 2.5. And then, of course, we have our 1-week-old twins. And we have three girls, 3 boys in the house, 4 boys, including his son. So, yeah, lots of babies. It's a lot of kids. We have a huge transit van that seats everybody. And we're lucky enough to be able to support and love and care for all these children. I know some people that sounds like your nightmare to have 6 kids, but we're lucky. Not that we don't have stressful moments, because we do, but we also have a really good support system, so that helps. End of my pregnancy, we had some nervousness because we thought Rhea, our little girl, was going to be growth restricted. She came out 1 ounce less than her brother. They measured him bigger than he actually was, measured her smaller than she actually was, so they kind of met in the middle, and they're almost exactly the same. Yeah. Eaten really well. They haven't really lost any birth weight. I do formula feed. I don't breastfeed. I know people have opinions about that, but that's just what's best for our house and mental health and all of that. So I do get 8 weeks off on maternity leave. I only get him for 1 more week, which is sad. Boo-hoo. I'm going to cry big tears when he goes back to work. But luckily, his parents have been helpful. His mom's coming back into town. My mom's been around. My parents live right next door, so we have help. I like to have my husband around, so it's kind of a bummer.
Pretty decent.
A lot of people ask me about their names. Cassian Archer and Rhea Willow are their names, and he really liked Star Wars before I met him. Well, always before I met him. I was like a indifferent Star Wars person, and then I really liked Taylor Swift, and I guess he was like an indifferent, casual Taylor Swift person, and then we both kind of introduced each other to like our fandoms, yeah. And I really like Star Wars now. I've like gone down rabbit holes of Reddit and learned all the lore and watched all the sub-series and things like that. And then he also is now a big Swiftie. Sometimes he knows more than me about Taylor Swift. We actually got engaged at the Eras tour. Rhea is Leia and Ray put together to be Rhea, because we didn't want to be too on the nose and just name her Ray or Leia. We'd be a little different. And then Cassian is obviously from Rogue One or Andor, because we like that he's like a rebel and fights for, which shows Ray and Leia, but they're the good guys. Willow and Archer are 2 Taylor Swift songs, so that's their name. A lot of people ask me if Cassian is from Court of Thousand Roses. No, I have read that book, but that's not where I got his name from. So it's a little bit of both of us in their name. It is a little nerdy, but I was a teacher for 7 years, and so it's hard for me to pick out names, because if you throw a name out there, I've either had a student that I had trouble with, or had too many students with that name. Well, I'm healing still. This has been a difficult. I've had a lot of surgeries, and this has probably been the hardest surgery I've ever had to recover from. I've had 2 other C-sections, and
I think the other one was worse. I mean, this one's worse than the other one?
Maybe not that one.
I was about to say that one.
Yeah, that was rough.
That is the worst. They say that is the worst.
It is, but well, I didn't take care of kids though when I was. I had a whole week with no children, but so this is probably the second hardest surgery I've ever recovered from, and then it's difficult because I'm trying to take care of 2 babies, and but this guy's really great, so he's dad of the year. Super. So that's all. We're doing well. We thank you for your support and love. I could go on and on about our community and all the people that have reached out, and offered food for us, given us food, given us care packages, just reached out. It means a lot, and I really love the
local community, man, has been fantastic.
They're awesome.
And everybody's just been so supportive, and
yeah, you guys are really sweet, cool. And we appreciate it. We don't have a lot of like friends our age because we're so busy with work and kids and everything, so we don't get out a lot. Like, we're each other's friends, but it's nice to have a community, even if it is kind of online, but it's cool. So we appreciate it. We're doing well. Thank you all for not getting annoyed with my sharing of pictures and stuff. So
yeah, wow, that's a long video.
It is. I'll edit it down though. Okay, bye.